Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Set Plays Bayonetta, where I play through the entire game with a fresh new file, while also trying to document a lot of the cool things that I know about this game, while also demonstrating some of the cool things that I am able to do myself. How are you all doing right now? It's great to see a lot of you coming in. I see that Heather is in, Cameron is in. I actually don't know how to pronounce your name, but I think you're Skamit, right? Yeah, sound is good. Awesome. That is great to hear. So thank you all for being supportive. I'm going to go ahead and before we get this show on the road, let me head into the gates of hell to see if there's anything I might actually need. I don't think I really need anything per se, because I'm certain I already grabbed all the techniques that are available. But just to be sure, yes, I did indeed buy all of the techniques. And as for Rodin's treasures, I don't think they become available until I beat the game, I think. And items, like I said before, those aren't things that you need to worry too much about. If anything, it is not a good idea to buy items when you can make them yourself. But one of the things that I want to bring up, because I didn't bring it up in the last stream, is that part of the reason why I tell people not to use items is because using items will penalize you throughout this entire game. And it's kind of a harsh penalty system, but not nearly as harsh as a lot of people make it out to be. In fact, at some point, I'm going to see if I can bring up the list, because there's actually a way to use items in Bayonetta without getting penalized. It's a little bit on the esoteric side, because this is stuff that the game never explains to you. It's something that you have to figure out for yourself, or it's something that you would find reading up on some of those strategy guides that are available for Bayonetta. I believe the whole item system explanation is brought up in Sori and Dash's guidebook. I'm going to go ahead and find the excerpt that talks about it. So when we get to the boss fight, I'll talk about the items as well as bringing up a really cool detail that this game has that allows you to use items in extraordinarily odd ways. Yeah, Skamit, awesome. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right, and if I am, awesome. Okay, so I pretty much have all the things that I need. Let's get going. So, on to Chapter 3, The Burning Ground. As the title implies, in this area we're going to be setting foot in a place that is currently set on fire. And we have to be really careful, because there will be some cracks on the floor that if you touch it will burn your feet and you will take damage, which kind of sucks. Your second favorite Platinum game, only behind Nier Automata. That's pretty cool. I like Nier Automata myself. I only played it in full on the PS4. I have the game on the PC, but back in its early release, the PC version was really messy. It was poorly optimized. So I couldn't stand the frame rate, the frame drops, and all the issues that it had. It was just an awful experience overall. Oh, I forgot to make a little change here. You're not able to hear Bayonetta's voice because I have the game set to surround sound. Hold on. There we go. That's better. Because, yeah, I do play this game on my TV, and I have surround sound speakers all around my room. It's actually pretty helpful for games like Gears of War, where you can hear people sneaking up behind you and whatnot. Hey, AP. What's up? I don't think I've heard from you in a long time. How's it going, buddy? It's nice to see you here. Let me just sit up straight, make sure that I'm comfortable. Yeah, it is coming to the Switch. I'm actually very curious about how the game's gonna run on the Switch. I can already imagine it'll be burning hotter than this place. This chapter also introduces flame enemies. They're enemies that are also engulfed in flames. As I've explained before, since Bayonetta is all about shooting, you want to use your bullets to extinguish the flames of these enemies. Otherwise, if you try to hit them physically, you will take damage like I did right there. Oh boy, I'm actually messing up more than I should. Oh, what the hell? I'm doing moves I'm not supposed to. Give me 1 second while I look over my controller, because it's misbehaving in ways it shouldn't. I'm gonna have to get this checked out, because I kept doing moves I wasn't supposed to. But okay. Putting aside blaming the controller, let's actually explore this stage a bit. There's actually a hidden Alfheim here. Hold on. But in order to uncover the Alfheim, you have to do this one weird trick. You have to go over here, destroy this trash can, and the Alfheim will unveil itself. It's actually kind of doofy that this is one of the only ways to find such a hidden Alfheim. Okay, I think the controllers are fine now. Stay in the air. Okay, so the stay in the air challenge is actually one of the Alfheims that people have the most troubles with from judging by all the Let's Plays that I've seen before. And that's mostly because the game doesn't do a really good job of communicating to the players how you should actually stay in the air. In fact, I'm going to have a bit of a tough time doing it here because I don't have the necessary tools to stay in the air. But it is still possible to do it. The easiest way to stay in the air is to try your best to jump off of the enemy. Bayonetta is able to do what is called an enemy step. It's not referred to as an enemy step in this game. In fact, I don't think this game really does draw attention to that ability. It's never really mentioned anywhere here that you could jump off of the enemy. But in Devil May Cry, it is an ability that you have to purchase, and it's called enemy step. So the reason I call it enemy step here is because it's the same essential idea from Devil May Cry. So yeah, in this segment, in order to stay in the air, you want to try to make sure you jump off of the enemy in order to stay in the air. And every time you jump off of the enemy, you will regain your double jump. So try to use this to your advantage to try to stay in the air. And all the while, use all of Bayonetta's abilities to stay in the air as well, such as using your combos. The best combo for staying in the air would be punch, 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 kick, kick, kick. You can also, since I don't have it available, I don't have this available, but also eventually you'll be able to turn into a bird in order to stay in the air for a little longer. You can also use bullet climax. There's a lot of ways to stay in the air for a while. But later on, you'll be able to unlock more abilities and more weapons that'll make staying in the air a breeze. Believe me, when we get there, I'll show you. Ah, I got it. Well, it's better that I get a failure so that I can be able to try that again and go for a platinum score. Ah. Got it. I was just about to touch the floor too. Not a platinum, but I'll take it anyway. I mean, not a pure platinum. But believe me, once you get certain weapons and certain abilities, staying in the air becomes a breeze. In fact, once I get all those things, you're going to see me doing some wild combos, which is why I encourage you all, if you can, whether you're on Twitch or if you're on YouTube. I don't know if YouTube offers this feature, but if you're on Twitch, I highly encourage you guys to always clip any cool combos that you see me do. I'm going to do my best to do some wild combos, especially when we get to Chapter 6, where I'll have everything essentially unlocked. Now here, oh, damn. Wow, I was supposed to try to dodge towards the screen, but for whatever reason, Bayonetta just did not do that. So, you know what? We're going to take it from the top. We're going to take it from the top, especially since we are still early in the chapter. This will give me a chance to redeem myself. Let's try this again. I want to try to have my controller in a comfier spot. Yeah, I gotta do it again. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. There we go. Much better. I think the thing that I have most troubles doing is try to explain things while trying to play the game at the same time. So when you see me focused, that's where you see me at the top of the game. How do you get the Rodin weapon? You gotta beat Rodin. Either beat Rodin by buying the platinum ticket and then challenging him to a fight, or you could just collect a bunch of halos and then do the telephone cheat code. There we go. Much better. Okay, so since you're asking about the telephone cheat code, in Chapter 2, when you get to the part where you run into Luka, there's this big open area with these telephone poles. When you collect a certain amount of halos, I forget the number, I think like you have to have like, I don't know if it's 1,000,000, maybe it is, I'm not sure. Once you have a sufficient amount of halos, you visit one of the telephone cheats, and then while standing in front of it, you input a code. The code is always the same across all platforms, but I have heard stories of how in some versions of the game, the D-pad input is upside down. It's been a while since I've used the telephone cheat code, so I don't know that by heart. But yeah, if you go online and you go to GameFAQs, there is a list that tells you which phone to visit and which code to input to get specific things that you can obtain in the game. It's a bit of a silly way to unlock stuff, but it's there for the people that don't want to waste time putting in the effort for all these things. And to be perfectly honest, I'm actually fine with the cheat code, especially since I've played this game so many times that I kind of don't feel bothered to get all the achievements. When I get to a certain amount of halos, I usually visit one of the telephones and then I just input the cheat so that I can get, let's see, the Sci-Fung. And also, what was another weapon? Not a weapon, but a equipment, the Climax Brace. And that's about it. Everything else I do try to go out of my way to get. Okay, let's not mess up in that lava bit. See, because here's the thing. During the lava bit, not only do you have to run away from the lava, you also have to make sure that you damage the enemy so that you can still get the platinum score. You can ignore the enemies, but if you do that, you're not going to get enough points for the pure platinum, which is kind of dumb, really. You have to multitask a few things while you're in danger. Let's see, I'm going to try to run away and make sure that I don't get hit by that. Usually a couple of Tetsuzankos with the sword is enough to get the points you need. I'm just going to ignore that. Screw it. Not even enough combo points. That sucks. Again, I'm not good at this game, so don't expect any pure platinum runs out of me. And here we go, the first of the dogs that we fight against and its fairness. This dude is all about flame and fire. They're easy to dodge too. This dude is very weak to heal stomps. Stomp this dude so that he does not get back up, at least for a while. Let's break open some of these treasures. Let's get this piece of vinyl. Unfortunately, it's incomplete. We're going to need to find the rest of the pieces so that we can be able to get our weapon. Now we can continue in that direction. However, if we go right here to this spot where the joys used to be in the previous chapter, there is a hidden Alfheim over here. If I could just wall jump, there we go. I must say, I think this game is underrated and I find it more fun and expressive than Devil May Cry. Kamiya is a madman. I wouldn't say it's underrated. It used to be underrated. Like back when this game came out on the Xbox 360, it was it was one of those games that had a bit of attention to it. I know this because this was back when Sega had made the announcement that they acquired PlatinumGames to release 6 games. The first one was Mad World, and then the second game became Bayonetta. And a lot of people were excited for Bayonetta. I was there in the early days. I used to chat with people on GameFAQs, and this was back when I really had no idea what action games were. But I was in this forum talking about Bayonetta because I was a Sega fan. So I would always buy these Sega games to see if they were interesting. And it's funny because I've brought this up before, but when I first played Bayonetta, I could not get into the game. I thought the game was okay, but it was so frustrating that halfway through the game, I just quit and I gave up, and I ended up abandoning the game for a couple of years. But the reason why I decided to come back to Bayonetta is because another game made by PlatinumGames inspired me to enjoy more action-oriented games, and that little game is called The Wonderful 101. You wouldn't believe me if I told you I hated Bayonetta the first time I played it, and the fact that I sucked at it. I was terrible. I rage quitted the game hard. But I'm kind of thankful that because of Wonderful 101, I can appreciate these games a little bit more, you know? Use Angel Arms. This one's pretty easy. You can use the staff for a great range. Just make sure to use the kick version so you can spin around. Oh boy, I missed that dodge. Easy stuff. But since I got hit, I'm only going to be walking away with a regular platinum score. Again, I'm not good at this game. I'm so sorry. You're not seeing me at the top of the game right now. Okay, so now we can traverse back. Make sure not to get hit by the fireballs, although it's not a really huge deal. Alright, here we go. I missed a heart piece? Oh, did I? Wait. The one in the tree, right? Because I think I got that one in the previous chapter. If I missed it, then it's no big deal. We'll just come back to it another time. Gotcha. Oh, I ended up passing the heart? Ha! Oh man, I was so in a rush to get through the game that I completely forgot to pick up the heart. You're right. You are absolutely right. Well, thanks for letting me know. I'll go back and get it another day. Here comes another QTE. Again, it's a non-issue. Bam. It's as easy as that. Tell me again why QTEs are a problem? Oh yeah, absolutely. I already pre-ordered the Bayonetta 3 Trinity Masquerade Edition. I believe that's what it's called. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get that that box set. Casuals have bad reactions. You are right. Oh, not a high enough platinum score. Oh well. I should really hold back a bit on being aggressive so that I can get enough points. All right, moving forward. Well, actually, we should not move forward here. Instead, let's move back. Because back here is a treasure chest. Oh, oh. Stepped on the fire. Welcome to the catacombs. The inner mechanics of a volcano. Oh, what the heck? I fell off. Well, we're not supposed to go that way. We're actually supposed to backtrack a little bit after the bridge falls and fight these angels. I don't know if DMC 5 has perfect levels, but I do feel like they are more fleshed out than some of the other DMC games out there, you know? Paradiso! Now, of course, with the camera pointing you in that direction, you would think that's the direction you gotta go to immediately, but nope. If you fall down here and make your way to this path, you'll find the other half of this vinyl record. And this vinyl record has what I would consider my most favorite weapon in the game. But of course, with Rodin not being available anywhere here right now, we're just gonna have to hold on to that vinyl record for a little bit. Make our way down here. And we'll find another secret Alfheim. And I forgot what this one was. Let me see. Oh, witch time disabled. Ah, that's easy for me. This is one of those Alfheims where you're just allowed to be aggressive. So don't mind if I do. Of course, I always get hit by one attack. Okay, I gotta make sure not to pass up on this item. There we go. Okay, now with those things out of the way, we can progress with the story. Oh, but before we actually get that, there's also another hidden item over here. The Broken Witch Heart. And back here, this isn't important, but if you feel like grabbing it, there's also a lollipop hidden back here. Alright, let's make our way back. And by activating this this little time thing, I always forget the name, we are able to revert the bridge back to normal. But we're not going to cross the bridge just yet. We're also going to make our way back here. Hourglass, that's what it's called. I don't know why that word escapes me. Thank you. Now we can actually talk to Rodin and get my favorite weapon. This is my favorite weapon. I really think this is one of the weapons that a lot of people sleep on.
Another LP? Working me to the bone. But no need to pity me. I was bored anyways. Let me go whip some things into shape for you.
I love these little classical pieces. There's a lot of games Nintendo has yet to port over to the Switch.
It was a close one this time. This bad boy might even be hard for you to get a handle on.
Kulshedra. I love this weapon. This weapon is really cool because it can be used as a utility more than a weapon. Of course, it is a weapon first and foremost. You're able to slap enemies around with it. But what makes this weapon so good is that you can use it to grab enemies and either pull yourself to them or pull them to you. This makes aerial combos a breeze. This is almost a necessity if you want to do these wacky air combos. You don't need to have Kulshedra on hand. In fact, if you could do air combos without it, more power to you. I can do it myself too, but I always got to have Kulshedra on hand because it's just so much fun to mess around with. There's so many cool things that you could do with it. But I'm not going to equip it yet because I believe the next Alfheim that happens to be here requires... I believe it's a Wicked Weave only challenge. And Wicked Weave only challenges are better... I should say the Shuraba is better suited for the Wicked Weave only challenge. Because the punch kick punch for the Shuraba is so good. The weaves for Shuraba are really good in general. They cover more ground. Like, look at this. This swipe covers your entire front area. Do it with punch kick punch, and you get a larger range. Yep, it's the Wicked Weave challenge. Let's do it. There we go. Nice. Oh, that was pretty easy, actually. When I get cocky, I get hit by one attack, though, so I have to be careful with that. Okay, now let me swap over to Kulshedra. Oh, welcome back, baby. It's my favorite weapon. It's got this really cool pause combo. Now, unfortunately, I cannot show it to you right now. I think I'll be able to show it to you with these enemies here, but another thing that I like about Kulshedra is that when you grab an enemy, you gain access to another set of combos with Kulshedra. So I'm going to see if I can show you that combo here. Yeah, you can see those enemies over there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I forget that since I don't have Panther, I cannot cross this bridge easily. Yeah, the melee attacks for Kulshedra is good, but Kulshedra really shines more as a utility. In this case, it's the utility that allows you to grab enemies. The funny thing is, we're about to enter an area where Kulshedra is going to be kind of meaningless. So I'm going to make sure to swap back to the sword. I noticed that a lot of you guys are talking about Xenoblade. I never got into Xenoblade. Actually, no, that's not the right word. I never got around to playing Xenoblade, but one day I would like to. A friend of mine gifted me a copy of Xenoblade for the Wii. So I would like to try it out at some point, either through that copy or if I could just buy the Switch version so that I could be able to have all 3 games on the same platform. I mean, what do you guys, like, can you guys tell me if Xenoblade is worth playing in general? Like, for somebody who's unfamiliar with Xenoblade, would it be great to jump in? I wouldn't mind trying it out. That's what a lot of people tell me. Don't play it on the Wii. That's actually kind of why I never bothered to. Oh yeah, hidden around this game are these things called the Umbran Tears of Blood. Random ravens that if you get close to them and grab them, you'll get one of these things. And if you collect enough of them, that's how you'll be able to earn the climax race. Alright, so because we are going to fight a boss, I'm just going to go ahead and swap back over to Kulshedra, just for preparation. Man, that is such a terrible score. I could have done better! It could have been a pure platinum, but no, I have to settle for a regular platinum. I'm so sorry, guys. Stay still. Damn it. There we go. There we go. Yeah, platinum is platinum. Platinum is platinum. I know. Alright, so let me grab that gold moon pearl. We are good. Okay, so give me a second. Let me see if I can find that page, because this is where I want to talk a little bit about the item usage in this game, because I know a lot of people say that the item penalty system in Bayonetta is harsh, but I actually don't think it's as harsh as many people are making it out to be. I think the problem is that because Bayonetta doesn't explain how it works, people just assume that if you use one item, you're dead. And that's actually not the case, and I know I brought it up somewhere on Discord. Hold on a sec. Let me see if I could find the list, because I know I wrote it down at some point, but I just cannot find it. It's gotta be... Okay, found it. I found the list. Okay, so the way the items actually work in terms of the penalty system is every item in the game has a certain amount of percentage value to it. If you consume enough items that the percentage value totals up to 50% or more, that's when you are hit with a penalty. So if you could consume items and keep it under 50%, you'll actually be able to complete the chapter without a single penalty being placed on you. So here's the following list. Green lollipops are worth 20%. Mega greens are 40%. Purple lollipops are 20. Mega purple is 40. Red lollipop is 30. Mega reds are 60%. Yellow lollipops are 30, mega yellows are 60, magic flutes are 40%, and red hot shots are 100%. So if you are able to consume these items and keep it under 50%, you won't get hit with the penalty. Unfortunately, since the game never makes that clear, a lot of people just assume that using an item is enough for you to get hit with the penalty. But in reality, you can actually consume up to 2 items, 2 very low cost items, and still be rewarded with the best ranking possible. So, for example, like I said, green lollipops are 20%, so you can eat 2 green lollipops and you won't get hit with the penalty. You can also settle for a mega green, which is just 40%. It's under 50%, you won't get penalized. Like I said, red lollipops are 30%, you're good on that. The reason I bring this up is because I'm going to do my best to beat this boss, but also use one item along the way, just because there is a bit where the boss can be kind of annoying. Maybe I will use it, maybe I won't, but I'm just giving you the heads up because I know that if I use an item and I still get a pure platinum, people are going to be wondering, how did you do that? I use items and I always get penalized. Well, that's the trick right there. Okay. Oh, and another thing I want to bring up, because this is actually a really cool trick that dates back all the way to the Xbox 360 days. But did you know that whenever Bayonetta is sucking on a lollipop in the cutscene, you can actually push a button to determine what lollipop she's actually chewing on? This dates back to the Xbox 360, where the Xbox 360 controller had different colors. The Y button was yellow, the B button was red, the A button was green, and the X button was blue. So those colors would determine what item or what lollipop Bayonetta would be sucking on. And here's the cool trick. If you hold down the button, the moment you see Bayonetta with a lollipop and you hold down the button all the way through the cutscene, and when the gameplay starts, Bayonetta will actually receive the lollipop's abilities with no penalties placed against you. That's a really cool trick. It's a little on the esoteric side, but it's a fun little thing to keep in mind when you're playing the game. I've seen people hold down the Y button so they could get the yellow lollipop activated the moment they go into a boss fight. It's really cool. It's ultimately not necessary, but it is a fun little detail, and it was kept throughout all of the ports for the game, but it's lost in translation because look, my controller only has the same color for all the buttons. The 360, I think, is the only controller that had those multicolors, and wouldn't you know, those colors match the same colors of the lollipops that Bayonetta likes to lick on. It's a fun little detail that Kamiya likes to throw in, you know what I mean? So, I'm going to try to activate the yellow lollipop the moment I see Bayonetta walking around with the little thing in her mouth. Alright, I pushed down the Y button, or I should say the X button, which in this game's case, it should be the yellow lollipop. So the moment Bayonetta pulls out the lollipop, if it's yellow, I did the trick correctly.
Dear, I thought I'd seen the last of you. I'm sure.
Ah, she ended up pulling out the red one, so I guess I didn't do the trick right. But I definitely want to show you guys that trick later on in the stream, because I am able to activate it. I've done it before. This is the first time I'm doing it on the Switch, so maybe the Switch version may not work correctly.
I'm sorry. I forgot to mention one of the reasons I hunt your kind. You're much too...
However, the little thing about the penalty system is still in play here. I know because I've done it before. I'm trying my best to teach you all this stuff while also making sure that it works. You gotta believe me, this stuff does work. It's just that some things may not work or... Oh boy, and I'm already getting hit. Let's see. I'm gonna go back to the title screen so that I can try this again. Oh wow, my timing is awful. You know what? Let's skip the whole item talk. Let's actually get straight into the boss fight because I do want to explain why I like this boss fight a lot. Fortitudo, I think, is one of the best boss fights in the game because he's not the kind of boss where you're sort of fixated to one spot. You are actually free to jump down and fight him head to head. The only problem is that if you do get down there, you'll be in absolute danger because Fortitudo can activate the floor and make the floor burst into flames. So the trick with Fortitudo is to try to hit him enough times while you're on the bridge, and if you hit him just enough times, he'll be able to get knocked out cold, which will let you then jump down and continue fighting him. I think that's a nice little reward system that the game has. By being able to fight effectively against this dude, you are rewarded with a chance to continue doing more damage to this guy. So let's see if we can get straight into the fight and I can damage him a lot more. The only thing I don't like about the Fortitudo fight is that once he flies away, you can't really damage him even with your shooting ability. I feel like Fortitudo should have been reworked a little bit, so that instead of flying away from you, you can try to shoot him down, and if you shoot him down enough times, he'll fall back down to the ground. I feel like that would have been a great way to let players explore Bayonetta's shooting ability. And yeah, I have played God Hand. While you're on the ground, you want to try to find that hourglass so you can be able to fix the bridge. Oh wow, my timing is actually really off right now. See, look, if you hit him enough times, he'll fall back down to the ground. Yeah, for some reason the PC version's button mashing segment is kind of bad. You're forced to do it really fast. I think it has something to do with the way the frame rate is locked to the PC. I'm not entirely sure though. Oh yeah, no, they made them easy on purpose. I don't mind that they made it easy. Accessibility is very important for the button mashing segments. Yeah, this was the segment I was worried about. There we go. I think you can use macros. I guess. I mean, it's totally possible with outside programs. I've seen people use Joy to Key to set up a few things for Bayonetta on PC. I absolutely love that. In slow motion, hitting all the rocks to slam it right into the face of Fortitudo. They did the same thing in Wonderful 101, except they punched a bunch of missiles in the air.
Foretold? Explain yourself.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Not giving a damn, she's just gonna run off. Oh, sweet child of mine. Happy Friday, y'all. Absolutely happy Friday. So, unfortunately, because I got hit several times, I ended up walking away with a gold rank. But, if you guys would permit me, I want to try again and fight the boss, but this time, I want to try to use the items more appropriately to see if I can actually get through that segment while getting a platinum and still walking away with no penalties. So, let's go ahead and try that, and I'm going to see if I could try the lollipop trick again. First, let's go ahead and get that gold moon pearl. I think Bayonetta just happens to understand the language altogether, but she decides not to speak the language. She just understands it. And that's a real language, by the way. It's not gibberish. That language they're speaking is actually called Enochian. It's a language that, from my understanding, because PlatinumGames mentioned this, they mentioned that the language of Enochian is the language that angels would speak. So I'm going to go ahead and try again and see if I can get that lollipop trick to work. Maybe I didn't get it right this time, but let's go straight into the fight anyway. And this is the only thing I don't like about Fortitudo. Once you know how to fight him, this segment ends up becoming boring because you gotta play the waiting game. You just gotta wait, There's really nothing else you could do here. You could shoot him, but it's not gonna hit him. Oh, they used the Nokian in Nier Automata as well? Huh. Bullying dragons. Yeah, I absolutely love bullying this dragon. He's fun for the most part. There we go. Hourglass has been revealed. Let's get back up. Once again, he flies away. There's really not much else I can do here. Oh yeah, you can taunt him as well. I should be doing that as well. I forget you can also taunt during those downtimes. The head comes off. Eat it. Eat it, my lovely angels. Or demons, or whatever the hell they come out of that. Okay, as soon as we get to the second part, I'm going to go ahead and eat the yellow lollipop. Alright, hold on. I'll go ahead and make myself a yellow lollipop right now. Gotcha! No way! Get the hell out of here! Agrabah! I'm summoning Yago! Delicious angels must consume. Alright, let's see if it worked. If it worked, awesome. Well, I didn't get enough points for a combo point, but notice how I did not get penalized for using that yellow item. Check that out. You see? No penalty. Unfortunately, I got a low combo score out of that. It should have been a pure platinum, but I played too aggressively. I'm so used to playing this game on Non-Stop Infinite Climax because, believe it or not, in Non-Stop Infinite Climax, your combo score requirements are actually lower than on the hard mode and normal mode. But that's because you don't have Witch Time available. And when you're in Witch Time, you get a large chunky score. Alright, let's move on to the Lost Holy Ground. And this is actually one of my favorite chapters. It's nice, it's long, it doesn't feel like it's overstaying its welcome. You get introduced to a lot of really good bad guys to fight against.
Where the hell am I? I'd better have got frequent flyer miles for that.
In fact, this is the chapter where you are introduced to a certain duo. The one everybody loves to hate and hates to love. I don't have Gaze of Despair, so I'm not able to get guaranteed high scores right now. Here we go. Here we go. Grace and glory, baby. Listen, I've already made a video talking about how to fight against Grace and Glory, so if you haven't seen that video, I'm gonna link that video here in the description after I'm done streaming this. But the video is called Messing with Grace and Glory. And Grace and Glory are tough enemies. They are very aggressive. They will always try to close the gap between you and the angels. Like, they'll always try to close the gap between the two of you. When they're far away, they will always do attacks that will have them lunging forward right at you. And while they are up close, that's when they will do these swipe attacks. The swipe attacks, they're pretty what's that word I'm looking for? I don't want to say predictable, but they are moves that can be heavily anticipated because they have pretty big wind-ups. Of course, they're really fast, so you have to be on the lookout for the wind-ups. One of the things that you could do against Grace and Glory is to shoot them. When you shoot them, they will be forced to block the attack. And when they block, you are basically pausing their actions. This is so that you can give yourself a little bit more room for anticipation, because while they're blocking, they'll break out of the block and immediately go for the swipe. So make sure to shoot them so you can give yourself just a little bit of a breather. And like I said in the first episode of this stream, try to go for the sweep kick combos because Grace and Glory are very vulnerable to the sweep kicks. When they get swept, they'll fall to the floor and they'll be down for just a few milliseconds, but it's just enough time for you to be able to go in for the punish. So let's see if I can make it work. Telegraphing, I think, is the right word. Yes, their telegraphing is very easy to spot. They're fast and aggressive, but they're not bullshit. They are also not unfair. A lot of people see them as unfair enemies, but I see them as the best, most well-designed enemies in the Bayonetta franchise. They work hand in hand with Bayonetta's movements. However, you gotta be careful with this first cutscene because the moment this cutscene ends, that's when they'll start immediately on the offense. Also, don't be afraid to throw out your Tetsuzankos. Unfortunately, I got hit with one of their attacks, so I did not walk away with a regular plat, but it's no big deal. Honestly, my dodge timing is a little off because I don't have Bat Within, and Bat Within dodging is what I'm more accustomed to. But I think at the end of this chapter, I'll be able to have access to Bat Within. Oh yeah, they are definitely the best showcase for dodge offset. Keep in mind, dodge offset is not a complete necessity for getting through the game, but it makes the game a lot more easy. It makes the game a lot more manageable when you've mastered the dodge offset ability. They are definitely a lot of fun to fight against. Let's just give this Grace a little squeeze. Boom! Get out of here. Aw, come on. I was on a roll. There we go. It's always that one sneaky hit. It's always that sneaky hit. Again, I'm not perfect. Okay, so now maybe it's time for me to switch over to Kulshedra. I haven't been using that weapon whatsoever, and I did say it's one of my favorite weapons, right? Let's bring out the big boys. No! Oh, wow. What a great demonstration. I am so good at this game. I wanted to dodge offset into the ground so that I could do a different combo, but I ended up falling off the map instead. That's how good I am at this game. Invisible women, it's my one weakness.
I've often seen a girl without lipstick, but lipstick without a girl. Most
In case you didn't know, and this is pretty much a fun fact that everybody knows, but the markings that she draws on Luka's face is actually the same markings that Ami has from Okami. Or I should say Amaterasu, the wolf. I love that little detail. In fact, this cutscene is nothing but references, because Luka also names all the Capcom gals.
that little girl. I've seen her somewhere.
Nah, you're not late, Helio Knight. I'm kind of in the middle of doing all this, you know. I'll be here for another hour, so don't worry.
We both know you came here for something. But what you don't know is the closer you get, the harder it's going to be for you to get away from me and what you've done. You'll have to fess up to it all. I can't wait for you to get your hands on whatever it is you're after.
Let me guess. You want a cut? Well, if you're still alive by then, perhaps you can appeal to my generosity.
Still alive? You may be standing right in front of me, but you're definitely not living in reality. Which is a shame, because the truth is always going to be the truth. All I see
The truth is out there.
the real
The truth always prevails.
The truth is, you killed my father. I don't
Prepare to
care who
die.
believes me. They can't reject the truth. The truth will set me free from your black stain on my life. The truth will allow me to expose you to the world.
As if she hasn't already done a lot of exposing to the world, if you catch my drift.
And I'll do it without stooping to your level. Because I'm not a heartless witch like you.
God, you could tell he was trying so hard to say bitch.
Whoa, what are you gonna do? Kill me in plain sight? Go ahead. It would only prove everything I've said about you. Well, that and sadden the hearts of a number of young ladies. Claire, Trish, and Sylvia, and Amy. Oh,
Resident
you don't
Evil,
wanna piss
Devil
her
May
off,
Cry.
I tell you. Hell,
What was the other character he brought up? I know he mentioned Nami, which is from Okami. Oh, Sylvia from Beautiful Joe. I love that. Look, now's your chance. He's right on top of you, literally. Hey, Evie, what's up? Thanks for catching the stream. You're right on time. I'm reaching the part where I'll finally have all of Bayonetta's abilities. Now, remember when I was trying to show you guys the little Easter egg? Not even an Easter egg, just a little detail where you can see Luka in the background. I wasn't able to show that to you guys, but here you could definitely see Luka in the background. Let me see if I can show you. Look, he's jumping away, and he's right there. He's right there on the pillar. I wish there was a way I could hide the HUD, but he's right there if you can see him carefully. Dead. I could have stayed there and gotten a higher platinum score. But I decided to move on, so let's do just that. Let's move on. Time to go that way. Another Umbran Tears of Blood. I'm probably not going to get all of these, but if I spot them, I'll try and grab them. This segment is meant to teach you that Bayonetta's fall, like, I don't know if it's fall damage, but when Bayonetta falls, she's actually able to damage enemies along the, like, on her way down. But unfortunately, because of the way it's all angled and prepared, a lot of people seem to think that, no, you just do that when you go through the warp. But not quite. You can actually just damage enemies when you're high enough anyway. Okay, these enemies are notorious for hitting you after the cutscene. I hate these dudes just because of that. Even when you properly dodge it, there's still a high chance of you getting hit by these dudes. So I'm going to try my best to dodge out of the way. I almost get the feeling I'll get hit anyway. Whoop! Nope, I didn't get hit. Awesome. Let's end this with a pure platinum. Scratch that. Let's try to end it with a regular plat. I swear, it's like I can do it and I always mess up with one tiny detail. It's not like I even had enough combo points to begin with. My God! I know I could do much better than this. Let's see if I can round out the rest of this chapter with nothing but pure platinums. Yeah, there is a button. Click the left stick. Yeah, I am jinxing it, aren't I? That is exactly what is going on here. And here comes my favorite angels to fight against. These are the dudes that help me make the best combo videos out there. Say hello to Ardor. These enemies are very aggressive, with a very strong armor, so you can't just be button mashing all willy-nilly in front of them, otherwise they'll block your attacks. They are very susceptible, is that the word? To wicked weaves, especially if you hit them from underneath. Once you got them launched into the air, you can go to town with them. There we go. I love battling these dudes. But apparently that was not enough for a pure platinum. Oh, okay, so now we're going up with a regular plat. But before we continue, there is another Alfheim hidden down here. And I believe this Alfheim is another one of those stay in the air challenges, so I'll definitely be able to show you a way better technique for staying in the air. Yep, it's definitely the stay in the air challenge. For this one, the easiest way to stay in the air is to use your whip. Done. Easy peasy. Finally a pure plat. Things are looking up for Millhouse. I swear I'm decent at this game. Can't you tell? But I should focus on other techniques for building up score, like taunting enemies. When you taunt an enemy, they will be enraged, and when they are enraged, you get a higher amount on the multiplier when you do Wicked Weaves, I believe. Oh, better watch out for that. Ah, no. Who do you think is going to be the rival character in Bayonetta 3? Honestly, I think Viola will be that rival. Except it's a rival you'll be able to play as. At least that's how I see it. I wouldn't mind it. A lot of people seem to be so against Viola, but I kind of like Viola. I think she's cool. Oh, I forgot. I don't have the counter ability. I'm so used to countering. I swear, if it's not if it's not the combo, it's the damage. Here's the other hidden Alfheim. Just got to make a right when you make that door. You got to make a right when you go through that door. And I believe this one is the limited punch and kick segment. Yep. All right, let's make this one work. Not bad. But I feel like that wasn't enough points for a pure platinum. Oh, nope. Nope, nope. Pure platinum. I'm good at this game. I made it look easy, but I kept messing up a few things. I swear, I really feel like there's something wrong with this controller. I have to really look into it. Like, I have to check and make sure it's not just me. And if it's not me, or if I should say, if there's nothing wrong with the controller, then I guess I'm just really rusty with Bayonetta. There we go. Now we got all we need for the next weapon. The next best weapon, which happens to be... Well, I'll tell you when we get there. I missed the chest? Where did I miss a chest? I need to check and see what was that chest I missed. Look, if I missed the chest, that's not a huge deal. Don't worry about it. There's only one chest that I need to always be looking at, and it's right in front of me. I don't really use torture attacks because you don't get enough points out of it. Torture attacks are only really good for making an angel drop their weapon so that you could be able to use their weapon and gain high enough points out of that. But I feel like, I don't know, I'm too accustomed to just fighting the enemies hand to hand without just killing one immediately. It's more fun to just fight them all this way, you know what I mean? Inspire. This is actually not my favorite angels to fight against. I hate it. Because it's one of the few angels you cannot manipulate no matter how hard you fight against them. Really, the whole idea is to just watch out for their tail and bite. I'm gonna start mashing so that I can get the full point bonus. And I believe this one is the Y button. Yes, it is. Actually, here's something I should point out in case you guys didn't know. But during segments where it looks like you're going to start button mashing, you can actually tell what button you can press depending on the action that is going to happen. Like if Bayonetta is about to punch, you go for the punch button. If Bayonetta is about to do a QTE that requires her to use her feet, then you go for the kick button. Anything else that involves like other angels eating another angel, it's always the Y button. So that little anticipation will help you out in the long run. Oh yeah, Rodin's shop. Let's get those weapons. Let me sit up. I'm starting to slide down a bit.
Working me to the bone, but no need to pity me. I was bored anyways. Let me go whip some things into shape for you.
Are there jump QTEs? The only jump QTEs I can think of are the ones where you have to tap it at the right moment so that you don't die. And there's only 2 of them. The one in the first chapter when you're being thrown off from the bridge, and the one in Route 666 where the truck is about to crash into you. And in both those instances, you also have to be pressing up with the jump button. But that's it. You don't mash or anything. Durga Claw! This weapon is so good. The claws allow you to do so many cool shit with it. I'm going to see if I can demonstrate to you some of the things that I do with it and sort of give you an idea on how I create combos with the Durga claws. Let's see. I wonder if there's any accessories worth buying. Well, definitely the accessory worth buying is Mahaa-Kalaa, because that's the one that you need to be able to parry attacks. And parrying is a fantastic ability that I wish Bayonetta could have naturally. The only way to have parrying as a natural ability is to be wearing the Link costume when you're playing the game on a Nintendo platform. But I really hope that if they bring back the parry ability in Bayonetta 3, that it's a technique and not an equipment. Because you're essentially wasting an equipment for a really cool ability, like one equipment slot. But still, Mahaa-Kalaa is a fantastic equipment to be having at all times. So I'm going to see if I can get enough points for it. Let's go ahead and switch over to that. Let's move. Again, the trick to this enemy is to shoot them down so they fall off and then go for the counter as fast as you can before they get back up. It ran away, so let me taunt to hold that score. Get out of here. Whoops. Almost forgot. Let's not proceed. Let's backtrack for a bit, shall we? Because when we backtrack to this area, we'll be able to uncover another hidden verse. Okay, that's a low combo score, but I'll take it. I had dropped my score at one point. God, it's actually getting pretty difficult to get a high score here. I forget that in normal mode, the requirements are actually kind of high. You got to be using all of Bayonetta's utilities to make it work properly. Let's go ahead and swap over to Shuraba because we are in for a wild fight. I think you guys know who's coming up for this battle. Here we go, baby. Going mano a mano with the one and only. There she is. Is that because normal mode enemies die too fast? Probably. I'm so used to playing the game on hard and non-stop infinite climax. I rarely touch normal mode. This is actually one of the few times where I'm playing normal mode for you guys. If I was playing this on hard mode, I probably would be getting a higher score.
I suppose coming here has given you a second wind. Feeling better, Bayonetta?
Who are you? And don't you dare say my long-lost sister.
What if she is her long-lost sister?
You've quite the active imagination.
Well, probably not.
You and I once fought for the jewel upon the crown of the Umbra throne. And now that you've returned, my sleeping beauty, it is time to finish that fight.
All right. Let's see if I can get a good score out of this.
No time for daydreaming.
I don't know if I brought this up in the last stream, but I just want to point out, I love the choreography for the cutscenes here. Look at that, it's so amazing. It's goofy, but amazing at the same time. It's like watching a classic Jackie Chan film in action, you know what I mean? We need more gun fu movies, if anything. Stuff like John Woo flicks. Oh yeah, it's motion captured. Here we go! Time to fight Jeanne. Oh my god, no way, no, 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 no. I'm actually doing awful right now, I'm sorry. I'm gonna go ahead and take one item. This will be my safe zone. Get out of here. I don't think this was a platinum run. I think I ended up with way too many golds. So, yeah, I'm probably walking away with the gold.
Afraid? Me?
But
This is a waste of my time. You're
I'll let the
scared.
cutscene play it and then I'll tell you what I have to say. Let me get a little comfortable, because again... Since Bayonetta saw Jeanne turn into a beast, so too I can turn into a beast. Finally! Freaking finally! We have Beast Within. With Beast Within, we can run real fast, cover more air, all sorts of things. Let me adjust this too. There we go.
Oh my. That was bloody amazing.
Now, I'm almost certain I have a gold. If I end up with a plat, that'd be kind of crazy, actually. It might be... Woo! That's a platinum score right there, baby. Even with the use of items. You see what I mean? It's all about planning it out accordingly. Wow, I was not expecting to walk away with a platinum score. That's great. Borderline plat is still plat. Yeah, you're right. Borderline plat. That's my playstyle. Borderline plat. Bro, you know what? That would make for an actual great bio on my Twitter page. I think I'm gonna end up changing it to that. Borderline plat is still plat. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's get that Gold Moon Pearl. Let's get the hell out of here. Finally! Finally! I was looking forward to getting Beast Within. Because when you unlock Beast Within, you gain access to two abilities. Turning into a panther and turning into a bird. And these two abilities are needed to round out the rest of Bayonetta's techniques. So unfortunately, while actually I don't even think I can buy the Moon of Mahaa-Kalaa. Well, no biggie. I'll just go ahead and buy the rest of the techniques. New product available. Yes, look at that. Finally, finally, you'll finally get to see me doing some cool combos for a change. Maybe not platinum combos, but certainly combos in general. Finally, I was looking forward to this. So remember when I said that I highly encourage you guys to clip any combos? Now's the time to prepare yourself for any combos you see coming forward. If you see any cool combos, please clip them. I encourage you guys. If you're on Twitch, of course. In fact, I'm going to try my best to make a cool combo out of this segment. Let's see if I can make it work. Look at that. It's like my old friend has come back to visit. The good thing about Panther Within is that you can actually use this for momentum. Because when you're running real fast with Panther, you can dodge in the air to cover more ground. Look at that. Whew. Momentum! Momentum is wild in this game. And, spoiler alert, they got rid of this in Bayonetta 2. There's no momentum in Bayonetta 2. Anyway. Probably not the best combo scorer. Actually, I take that back. That was the best combo score. I'm the greatest gamer in the world. It's just a bug in the game engine. They couldn't replicate that. My ass couldn't replicate that. Not for one of the weirdest places to find a chest. You wouldn't know this even if you looked around long enough. But there's a chest hidden back here. No indication for you to be breaking down those stones. Once again, we gotta deal with the Inspireds. I hate these Inspireds so much. Stop giving me boring enemies to fight against. Borderline pure plat is still pure plat. Yes, everything is borderline. We are doing the bare minimum of the bare minimum of the best score. Absolutely. So, in my excitement, I ended up buying this technique without actually explaining to you guys what's important about it. But one of the abilities that you can buy from Rodin's shop is an ability called Umbran Spear. Umbran Spear is an ability that allows you to warp to the nearest enemy by double tapping the lock-on button. The lock-on button, in my opinion, is a very important ability to have. Or I should say, how should I even say that? I'm probably wording it incorrectly. The hard lock-on ability is a very important ability to utilize in Bayonetta, because with the hard lock-on, you gain access to a couple of additional moves. Like when you hold the hard lock on, you're able to walk forward and backward and strafe around. But if you hold the stick in the opposite direction of where Bayonetta is facing, you are able to do these uppercuts, which can be done in the air as well. You can also do it with the kick. You can also use the hard lock-on button to be able to perform stiletto and heel slide. In fact, one of the things that I try to tell people, and I mentioned this in my improv combo guide, is that double tapping to do these moves is kind of a bad thing to do. In my personal opinion, I'm not a big fan of the double tapping thing because it can actually throw you off a bit. If anything, try to practice using the hard lock-on for a lot of these moves so that it could feel a lot smoother. Like here, I'm not tapping at all. I'm just using the hard lock-on to be able to thrust forward with stiletto. Doing it with double tapping sort of puts you in an awkward position where you might mistime your move. Hard lock-on makes sure that that does not happen. And what's great about the hard lock-on is if you're having a tough time locking onto an enemy and using your other finger for dodging, no worries. Kamiya actually knew this ahead of time. So when you're holding down the lock-on button, you can also use the jump button to dodge. I don't know if you guys can see that properly. Like I'm not pushing the dodge button at all. By holding the lock-on and pressing the jump button, you get access to the alternate dodging. However, I'm one of the few players that is capable of using both buttons at the same time. I don't know, I guess I'm a weirdo because whenever I talk to people online, they say, oh man, I don't like using the lock-on because I have to dodge at the same time and that's kind of annoying. And I don't know, for me, I guess I'm just so used to it. I guess it's maybe because of my claw grip or something. But if you're able to master using the lock-on with the dodge button, you'll feel a little bit more elevated, you know what I mean? And yeah, Bayonetta 2 got rid of that as well. The alternate dodging button. So if you hold the lock-on button and you press the jump button, you're not gonna be able to dodge in Bayonetta 2. Again, we'll talk more about the problems of Bayonetta 2 when we get to that game. Oh, and the reason why I bring up lock-on is not just because of all the mobility stuff that you get with Bayonetta, but when you unlock Umbran Spear, you can double tap the lock-on button and warp straight to a nearby enemy. This makes it so that there is no downtime between you and the bad guys. Just be careful because you can warp into an enemy who is in the middle of doing an attack, and you certainly don't want to get hit while you're warping to them. Nice. I'm really feeling the groove now because I'm getting these pure platinums like nothing. Although again, I should not be jinxing this. The moment I say I'm really good at this game, it's when I start to suck. That's why I always tell you guys that I'm not good at this game. Even though I'm not good at this game. What? Wait, what the hell? What did I get hit with? You guys saw that, right? I got hit with something, but I didn't see anything coming at me. Nah. That felt like a very weird disconnected move. I think that was a weird glitch because that electric thing is something you get hit with when you're standing on the floor. But apparently I got hit with it. I was just beneath the energy trap. I guess I was? That's weird. This is actually not my favorite torture attack because it takes so long to get through. But it works. The longest torture attack, I think, definitely is Joy. I would have to probably collect all the video footage of the torture attacks and compare them all. See if I can get that kick in. Got it. Dead!
You want to touch me?
I think I took too long, so this is probably going to be a regular plat. Nope, it's a pure platinum. I am accidentally getting these pure platinums. Yeah, the button mashing can be pretty bad here, especially in the later ports where mashing gets harder to do, especially on the PC version. I do not recommend that you guys try to mash it out real fast. Nice. Hey, it's the scurrying little bug. How did she get through that door? I guess she was tiny enough to squeeze through that. Whoops. The bridge broke off for some reason, and I'm guessing that weird pool of thing is something we should not touch. Thankfully, we are able to fly across it. And look at that, I got a regular plat.
What are you boys doing in here? Are you hiding something from me?
Nice.
Come on.
I love that little cheeky taunt of hers, if you know what I mean. Maybe that's Baldur? Baldur must have left that pool of poison? Probably trying to challenge... Oh, thank you for that that shot. He must have left it there to make it more challenging for Bayonetta or something? I don't know.
You've been cheating on me, haven't you? Someone else caught your eye? Oh dear. Something tells me I'm going to regret this.
My sweet beloved, she is the key to your future.
The key to the future. I'm giving you these loudest, clear hints about what's to come. But no, we're not going to be listening to these hints. Instead, we're just going to whoop a lot of ass here. One of my favorite verses here, actually. Just nothing but pure angel action.
Normally one to play savior, but I suppose I can make an exception and kill all of you.
Yeah, no, I love how goofy this game is too. This game is super goofy. Let me grab this angel's weapon. Now, one big angel should be showing up soon. Not a big angel, but, you know, the mid-size angels. A plot, I believe. Yeah, here he is. Let's have a little fun with this angel. Non-stop action. You know what I would love to see in Bayonetta 3? I'm not sure if it'll be possible, but I would love it if they add something like what Devil May Cry has with Legendary Dark Knight mode, where you're just pitted against endless array of angels everywhere. I really wish there could be a modding community that could figure out how to spawn these angels in Bayonetta 1. I wish there was a mod that allowed you to just spawn endless array of angels. Could you imagine like hundreds of angels in one screen and you just gotta destroy them all? Like all Dynasty Warriors like? I would like to see something like that. Hell, I would love to have a mode where you could just have nothing but grace and glories everywhere. Could you imagine fighting against 20 of them at once? I feel like that would be a lot of fun. I feel like that's something that could have been added in the PC version if they gave a damn. I mean, I'm not mad about the PC version. It's basically a straight port and there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like a little bit of these enhancements to take advantage of the new powerful hardware could have gone a long way for something like Bayonetta. Especially since Bayonetta, unfortunately, isn't going to be on a more powerful hardware than the Switch, you know, for the later entries, since we're stuck with Bayonetta 2 and 3 on Nintendo hardwares. As unfortunate as that sounds, you know. I would love for something like that. A Bayonetta Musu? Count me in. Especially if we have the same mechanics as the one from the first game. I've asked around. I've asked people online if there was any possible way to be able to mod in a feature for you to just spawn in as many enemies as you want. And so far, from what I've been told, it seems to be a pretty hard thing to mod in because of the way the game was hard-coded. The only thing that can really be done is skin swap and reshades. And to be fair though, the skin swaps that I've seen are very, very impressive. Creative Handle and Lumen Sage, I think it was the name of the person, or Umbran Sage. I might be, if there was a person out there that had something Sage, I forgot his name, and I'm sorry if I'm butchering it or if I'm forgetting it. But these two have been some of the best modders out there to create some of the coolest stuff out there. I already mentioned this in the first episode, but I freaking love the Kermit the Frog mod that Creative Handle did, which was done as a suggestion from Urser. And I think that's actually really hilarious. But yeah, a legendary Dark Knight mode Bayonetta would be absolutely killer. We don't live in that timeline, unfortunately. And if I knew anything about programming, I would try to implement it myself. But alas, I ain't good at that shit. Now, for some weird reason, you gotta fight these angels without your weapons. You have to use outside stuff for one reason or another. Probably one of the more cumbersome moments to fight like this. It's weird too because Bayonetta makes these large swings like this freaking pole is so heavy for her. And it makes no sense because she was able to use like heavy stuff with ease. Like back in the previous chapters, remember when Fortitudo tossed that giant cathedral towards Bayonetta? She just threw it effortlessly without any slow momentum. But I guess game mechanics change depending on the story. It's not too late to learn programming. You're right, it's not too late. I'll find someday to learn to code, but first I would like to learn to play the guitar. There we go. Let's just leave Cereza behind. We don't need her. She stinks. Hold on. Am I missing anything? Nope. Let's go inside here. Hey, what are you doing here, Cereza? I left you behind with the giant angel. Yeah, I'm already cooped up trying to be a great artist, and it's been a while since I've drawn. I should really get back to drawing when I get the chance. Mommy, let me hold your leg.
Don't worry. It's always always scary the first time you see them. So,
That's not wrong, actually. The first time you fight against these guys, it can be kind of scary, but as you get better at this game, boom bam, they become really fun to mess around with.
dessert as well.
I love how Bayonetta exerts that energy where it's trying to really encourage players to get really good at this game. Through story purposes, through mechanic purposes. This is a game that just wants you to flex your skills. You don't have to be good, you just gotta flex, you know what I mean?
Oh, what a lovely tea party.
Yes, I'm gonna say I'm bad at everything. And by saying that, one day I will be the President of the United States. Alright, after killing that, you have to revisit this giant angel who's stuck here. And be really careful because suddenly fireballs from the sky! The only angel able to break through Cerez's shield. But unfortunately, her cuteness was too much for this angel. Falling in love with a little girl, which is actually kind of creepy when you think about it. It's so kawaii. It's so moe. Don't worry, I gotcha. No, my baby, my baby, no! Aww, I just wanted to hug her and squeeze her. Well, sorry, you can't do that. You would accidentally kill her. Wait, I got hit at some point? Huh. I wonder when I got hit. I guess I wasn't paying attention to that. Oh no, we got a duplicate. We got an imposter. We also have this this horrible segment. I hate this laser segment. I know you can use your bat within, not bat within. What's it called? I forgot the ability called the Umbran spear to get through this, but I ain't gonna waste magic on that right now. Oh yeah, this cutscene. This is the one everybody adores. Bayonetta being at her most Bayonetta here. Which Bayonetta can out Bayonetta the other Bayonetta? Take your pick. Bayonetta or Bayonetta. My hands or my choices on Bayonetta. What do you guys think? Bayonetta's your choice? Good choice. I could have gone for Bayonetta, but yours is pretty good too. Nice. Those legs are long. I feel like like those legs surpass my own height. It's wild. Always bet on Bayonetta. Oh, cover your eyes. This is becoming M-rated. I wonder if YouTube is going to lock me out of this. Oh, joy. But if there's a joy, shouldn't there be a happy as well? No, you have a whip? I have a whip too. Sorry. You'll have to try again next time, Joy. Of course, because I took too much damage from that laser bit, I'm not going to be walking away with a pure platinum. It's a crying shame, really. Just checking to make sure I'm not missing anything. I think I got everything here.
Mommy? You're a mom? You?
I mean, Bayonetta is a mommy, but not the way you would think.
Do I look like I have any interest in children? Now making them, well, that's another story.
Whoa, whoa! You're getting the wrong idea. I mean, it might be the right idea, but not right now, right?
Not right now, right now. No, 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 no.
Speaking of right, I'm glad I've been standing around waiting for you, because I knew we'd cross paths. See, the only way to reach the upper crust in their gated island of champagne wishes and caviar dreams is over Prominence Bridge.
Oh, yes. The island. Lovely place, isn't it? Oh, now what?
Don't play games with me. You've worked your magic on this poor defenseless child, haven't you?
The fact that Hellena Taylor read these lines without knowing context of the game is hilarious. Isn't that amazing? Hellena must be wondering, what kind of character am I voicing here? Of course, now she embraces Bayonetta quite a lot, which is why everyone is so concerned about her being in complete silence about her association with Bayonetta 3. A lot of people still believe that she's in the game, it's just that she's voicing another character, or in this case, voicing the real Bayonetta. But we don't entirely know if that's true or not, if there is an alternate Bayonetta. I've seen the theories, I've heard from a lot of people, they've been talking about how there's multiple Bayonettas. And of course, from the last trailer, it definitely is, it's been made clear that there are multiple Bayonettas. But what we want to know is if the Bayonetta that we're playing as is the legit real deal. And the only reason why I think it is the real deal is because in the Japanese version of the trailer that we last saw, she was being voiced by the same actress who had been doing the voice for Bayonetta since the first game. It's just that for us, it's a different voice actress, so it doesn't line up. It's really weird. Like, why would they keep the actress for the Japanese version but not the English dub? Something's gotta give, you know what I mean? It's weird. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, we'll find out everything when the game finally comes out. And Jesus, I can't wait. I'm doing my best to ignore everything having to do with Bayonetta 3 so that the time can go by real fast. That's the only thing I can do. That's why you don't see me talking about Bayonetta 3 that much. And that's also the reason why I haven't bothered to look at the trailer. Like, I know there's people online that are constantly watching the trailer over and over and over again. But I'm not one of those people. I probably see a trailer once or twice and then that's it. I'm done. I let the time go by with me ignoring it. You ever heard that term? A watch pot never boils? That's kind of my mental note for a lot of things. Exactly. Try to live life and not think about it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and fight this boss coming up. And then after that, I'm going to call it quits for this stream. This is going to be a fun boss fight. Not my favorite, but it can be enjoyable once you know exactly what you're doing. The whole idea behind this boss fight is to just make sure to keep your distance, find the right platform to stand on, and let her rip. And I don't have enough halos for the Moon of Mahaa-Kalaa, but I think after this fight I will have enough. But just in case, I'm going to go ahead and save. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and save my progress so that there is no mistakes along the way. Let's do it. Oh yeah, no, playing the backlog certainly helps. That's what I've been doing. I've gone back to playing Splatoon 2 with my brother, especially since we're excited for Splatoon 3. I love Splatoon. Quite a lot, actually. I may not be really good at it, but I do enjoy playing it, and I have made it to the S ranks for certain sections, like tower control. Alright, here we go. Temperantia. I just like to call him Temper Tantrum. You know you feel like a celebrity when a random train lands on you.
See that? Everyone rushes at me like crazed fans.
See, this is what I love about Bayonetta. She's just so nonchalantly talking to this angel while riding on this statue that's being carried through the tornado. How cool is that? You could just sit there, relax, and not worry about anything.
For the talkative types. How about we have a little fun instead? You did plan on having fun with me, right? There'll be plenty of time for pillow talk afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. The devil may care attitude. Here we go. Wow, my timing was off there. What the fuck? Hold on. I'm going to go ahead and restart that. I don't know what it is. I feel like there's a delay in this controller because I swear I timed it. I know when these enemies are about to attack. Actually, what I should do is change to another weapon as well so I can get a lot of damage in. Alright, let's go ahead and change weapons. Hold on. I think that's what it is. My Switch may have input lag. Oh, I do want to bring up something else now that I'm fighting this boss. Normally when you throw out a Wicked Weave, whether it be from a combo like a punch kick punch attack, if you do a Wicked Weave and you feel that your Wicked Weave is not reaching the enemy, A really cool trick that I tell people is to always hold down the lock-on button when doing your combos, because when holding down the lock-on button, your Wicked Weave can actually travel a further distance. This is extremely helpful when fighting against bosses, because here you'll see that I'm pretty far away from the hitbox of the boss, but my Wicked Weaves are still connecting with the boss, and that's because I'm holding down the lock-on button. The lock-on button actually extends the distance of the Wicked Weave. It is a super helpful thing to know when you're fighting from a distance. The further you are, the more accurate the further you are, the less accurate the Wicked Weaves will be. But as long as you're holding down the lock-on, the accuracy will improve. However, there is a certain threshold to how far you can go even with the lock-on held down. So try to keep that in mind, alright? I'll take the hit. Now in this segment, you gotta jump down, get to this train, and hit him where it hurts. Oh, come on! I was actually not paying attention to the container. I was paying attention to the wind. Here, since your summon is pulling on the Temperantia's arm, the input would be the Y button. You always got to be mindful of Temperantia's face while you're fighting against his hand. He'll always be shooting out these lasers and winds. Let's see. Again. I run right into the container like the idiot that I am. Gut punch. Sorry. Let me take that hand, because you're certainly not putting it to good use. Where's the... Oh, I guess this... No. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Which is the last piece for us to break? There it is. Alright, now with all the pieces broken off, we can go straight for the head. Here, I'm going to go ahead and use an item, because I want to go straight for the head without missing a beat. So let's go ahead and take one yellow lollipop. Not to worry, I will not be penalized for using one. For this one, I gotta run away. There we go. I should have gone for the head. Well, we did go for the head. In fact, the final blow will be straight for the head. In your face! Look at that. I'll make a pancake out of you. Poor Angel. This Angel had nothing to do with this fight.
Well, let me give you back your toy then.
Oh, that poor little Fairness. Or Fearless. I always get them both mixed up. Whoops. I'm sorry, Bayonetta. Sometimes you're not always cool. And yet somehow you managed to fix that with something even more cooler. And what do we get? A baby that cries gas. The face never gets easier to look at. Yeah, you're right. It's ugly as sin. See, look at that! Bayonetta can just effortlessly lift up that train, and yet she has a tough time swinging that telephone pole or that light pole. Come on, man! Inconsistencies can be a bummer sometimes.
Pillow talk.
Poor dog. Well, at least he made it out. Well, spoke too soon. Whew, boy. Oh, whoa! I was not expecting a platinum score. I took a lot of hits, but apparently it wasn't enough to bring me down to gold. Well, look at that. What better way to end this than with a surprising platinum score? You see, using items doesn't really penalize you that hard. You just have to play it. You just have to use it to your best strategy. Or you have to strategize. You have to use it more appropriately where it matters the most. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm sorry. I always fumble up these words. I'm not really good at live streaming. I always mess up the phrases and shit like that, you know. Like, I speak better when I actually prepare a script, but, you know. Taking a lot of hits isn't the same as a lot of damage. You're right. You're absolutely right. I guess I'm just used to hard mode or nonstop infinite climax where one hit is basically half your health. I forget that in normal mode, it's kind of forgiving to some extent. Then again, I'm not really good at this game. Let's buy that. Let's get the hell out of here. And I can finally buy the Moon of Mahaa-Kalaa. One of my favorite abilities in the game, bar none. Actually, it's a real game changer once you know how it works with Witch Time. I'll explain more about that in another stream. Let me go ahead and buy it now, and then on the next stream, I'll talk more about it.
Another LP?
Oh, I forgot. I also had an LP somewhere along the way. I picked up an LP along the way.
Let me go whip some things into shape for you.
When will the third episode of Set Plays be? I'm shooting for next week Friday. Like from now on until further notice, all my Bayonetta related streams will be every Friday. On any other day, like maybe Saturday or Sunday, I will be playing Splatoon. Like, I actually do want to stream Splatoon at some point. Like, because I did that before, but it was like only on Twitch, pardon me. It was only on Twitch, but yeah, I want to experiment with other games while I mess around with Bayonetta. Like, there's actually a couple of games that came out that has my interest, like Roller Drome. That looks like a really sick game. And again, I'm looking forward to Splatoon 3, and I know the demo for it will be available next week. But yeah, every Friday around this same time is when I'll be streaming all these Bayonetta related stuff. So stay tuned and always make sure to stay on top with my YouTube channel. I do make these announcements in my community posts. And if you haven't already, check the description below this video because I have a Discord group called the Bayonetta Lab Corner. This is a Discord group dedicated to players who want to talk about Bayonetta from a mechanical point of view. This is a place where you get to talk about the stylish mechanics, the deep, intricate controls, and all sorts of things. It's a place where people can share their cool combos, and it's a place where you can learn how to do these crazy combos like I do. So if that sounds like something that you want to join up with, go ahead and join up. It's a great place. It's a place where you can go and ask any Bayonetta related question, and I'll do my best to answer anything there. And there's also a lot of people there that are willing to help out. So far, we are 100 members strong. So yeah, come check us out. It's a really cool place. I'm going to go ahead and buy this accessory, and then on the next stream, I will talk more about the Moon of Mahaa-Kalaa. All right, we are done. Anyway, I'll say my goodbyes here. So for those of you who decided to stick around and watch the stream, I thank you all so very, very much. You guys are the best. I love you all. I love each and every single one of you. You guys are awesome. And I'm really thankful that you guys are interested in watching this this stream that I have set up for you guys. I'm doing my best to be as informative as I can, and while I may be messing up along the way, and while I may be stuttering throughout this whole thing, like, even if I'm stuttering, even if I mess it up, I just want you guys to know that I'm doing all this because I enjoy Bayonetta quite a lot. And as long as there is someone out there who's entertained by this stuff, I'll know that I'm doing something right. So again, you guys are cool. You guys are amazing. I love you all so much. So until next time, until the next stream, this is Set saying goodbye and stay wonderful. Take care.